Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarva dharma swarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Regarding Hazra. So I prayed to the Divine Mother, O Mother, Hazra is trying to upset the views of this place. Either give him right understanding or take him from here. The next day he came to me and said, yes, I agree with you. He said that God exists everywhere. He has all-pervading consciousness. Sarva Vyapitva. God is all-pervading. Though we try to conceive, each religion tries to conceive in an accessible way. God is infinite and eternal, beyond time and space, beyond our human understanding. To try to bring Him within the framework of mind, we conceive Him in a particular way, limited to our mind, dimensions of mind. And to bring Him further down, to be accessible to senses, we create a form for God. And God does come in form to redeem the world, to remove all the dirt that gets accrued in each of the religions, and to give peace to mankind, build up a world of a society, a humanity of peace, love and bliss, living in harmony. Now, redemption of the jivas is one of the functions of God coming down to human level and appearing in form. These forms can be adopted for considering. Sri Ramakrishna says, if the avatara, the incarnation is seen, you have seen God. With that understanding, we can think of the Leela, divine play that God plays on the earth as partial manifestation, as full manifestation, as various types of presentation according to the needs of the society. So these are the forms we take up, and certain forms are symbolic. They carry symbols, many some symbolic understanding. We have to decode it to understand what the deity is. Then there are so many revelations. Each sage, after so much of struggle, according to his inner nature, is revealed by God. God reveals Himself in a suitable way that his heart gets calmed down. His heart is filled with joy and peace. He feels totally free from all bondages of this world and elevated to highest freedom. That form which the sages see, they give to others. God had appeared to me in this form. You can worship this form. I have seen Him, He has revealed to me in this form. Those who have the same nature can adopt that and go ahead. It is just like a remote control. Now, a remote control has a particular thing to operate. either TV or washing machine or the fans, something. It has a. Now, it can operate on the similar instruments. Now we have 7 or 8 fans here. One common control. We can control all these. Speed can be controlled. Now one control is operating on so many instruments because they are in tune with this. So those who can come in tune with a particular form have a particular nature, and they attain God in that path. Because they are able to, their nature and the nature of the sage who has seen the form is same. The approach is same, and the result is same. This sameness, to acquire the sameness of the sage, we call nyasa. Anganyasa, Karanyasa, and all are there. Similarly, Rishyadi Nyasa is there. I try to identify myself with that Rishi. What was his nature? What was his attitude towards God? What was the way in which he saw God? All these are superimposed on me. I superimpose on myself to be that sage, to see the God in that form. Same nature I adopt. This is called nyasa. What I am is taken out. What he is superimposed. And this superimposition makes me, my very nature of that sage, my nature. His attitudes, my attitudes. Slowly. This is the purpose of contemplating on the Ishtadevata or his Leela also. When we think of Leela, suppose Krishna or Rama or any Devata, when we think of the Leela, I am contemplating, I am trying to match with that deity. Jai Jar Dhyan Kore, Shetar Shwatta Pai. Whoever meditates on whatever things and he acquires that nature, you just see the children, they are being brought up in a particular family. They acquire all the family traits and they start going to school. At school, they are influenced by the teachers. Whatever way teacher thinks, slowly they start acquiring that nature. You live in a society, the environment, whole thing remolds their psychic structure. Dressing like the same way, ornamentation, all they copy from each other and start living that. Finally I will see in my old age how the old people are there. You can see old women dressing up like young one with lipsticks and all this. Extremely old, but they want, and youngsters, they follow the same thing, and they will be same old lady with the same dress, same way of living as they are. This is called Gatanugatiko Loka. The one generation follows the previous generation. So how the environmental influences, how those with whom we live, family, two different families living in different, by side, they don't acquire each other's nature, you see. So their family traditions, this, that, and all, this immediately from childhood they adopt and come. Different races, different religions. We can see in India so many religions coexisting. They are living together side by side, houses, but one doesn't adopt the family traditions of the other. They follow their own family traditions because they are brought up and influenced by that. Like that, we get influenced by the environment and it helps us to evolve to the divinehood. Bhavna, smiling, did what Hazra said really make you suffer so much? Master, you see, I am now in a different mood. I can't shout and carry on heated discussions with people. I am not in a mood now to argue and quarrel with Hazra. Hriday said to me, at Jadu Malik's garden house, Uncle, don't you want to keep me with you? 14. Shivram, his nephew a nephew of the master. No, I said, I am no longer in a mood to get into heated arguments with you. Hriday said to me at Jadumalik's garden house, Uncle, don't you want to keep me with you? Shivram, 14. Hriday, Hriday, the master's nephew, had taken care of him for many years. During latter part of his stay at Dakshineshwar, he had treated the master harshly and often spoken rudely to him. Finally, had incurred the displeasure of the temple authorities. He was driven out and was not allowed to set foot in the temple garden again. Hriday. So that Hriday, Uncle, don't you want to keep me with you? No, I said, I am no longer in a mood to get into heated arguments with you. The argument, tarka, is different from vichara, enquiry. Enquiry into reality is permitted according to scriptures. But tarka, which is hair-splitting arguments, which will not lead anywhere, are not permitted. Because it kills time and spends all the energy on fighting and arguments, coming nowhere, going towards the conclusion. Constant problem, constant displeasure. So the wise people avoid. Whatever they say, they go on their own path, calmly, without being affected by it. What is knowledge and what is ignorance? A man is ignorant as long as he feels that God is far away. He has knowledge when he knows that God is here and everywhere. We have a conception of God. Early in sadhana, we have a wrong conception of God. God somewhere, however we feel, is in our heart and all. Because we don't feel that closeness, that love binding us, we don't feel His immediate presence with us, as if He's somewhere far off. And even if we try to meditate in heart, I am not able to be compatible with it. Total oneness, I am not able to feel. This is ignorance. Slowly, as his mind gets clearer, becomes clearer, body becomes purer through work and activities, mind becomes free from tamas because of the services he renders. The whole transformation takes place Because what all dirt we have acquired, the tamarasic nature, rajasic nature, and all that is through activities. Through work we have acquired all things, and through work alone we have to get rid of it. Just like a reel, a thread I'm winding upon the reel. Now to unwind it, I have to do the same, but in a reverse way. I did whole lives after lives, all activities for myself. And I bound myself. Now, to do the all activities same way, for the God's sake and for the other's sake, I am unwinding what I have bound. I go back to my reality, what I am going to get, my lost identity. So, work becomes an important part of sadhana, even till the end. Last, escaping from the nature's clutches. The Divine Mother herself has to take us, catch hold of us, and put us outside the jurisdiction of Maya. Till that, work is because life is there. I have to eat, I have to drink, I have to take care of this body. All this, till we get total dependence on God. God is the doer, I am doing nothing. I depend on Him. I pray to Him, I love Him, I work for Him. I do whatever I do, I offer to Him. Then my dependence as it increases, slowly I am getting a right understanding. Mind loses all its tamas aspect. It becomes alert and active. Everything it is able to conceive at a time. There was a small girl studying in 2nd standard when I was in Kamarpukur, the birthplace of Sri Ramakrishna. I was in the mud. I was looking after the accounts, and the auditor used to come. His daughter was there, just to do 2nd standard study. What a wisdom! What a clarity of mind, what a alertness. Just a person is moving, he or she already as a 2nd standard, 2nd grade student, maybe 7 years old, she is able to judge what for that person is going to that direction. Immediately, what is its nature? What is the person's, with what intention he has come, everything. That is entering into the inner apartments and seeing. How do we enter into a person? Face is the index of mind. So his gestures, his face, immediately reveals what is his status, what is he intending. He cannot hide. Those who understand. Because we are unconcerned about other things, other people. We don't observe or we don't concentrate. Even if it is depicted, we don't grasp. But these people who are filled with wisdom, a kind of divine wisdom, they are alert to the external world. Because through them, God is getting the work done. They are in tune with nature, so their alertness, they are not holding on to themselves and carrying and sitting. The ascetics, they carry themselves, just like a mother is holding a child and moving about. They hold themselves and move about. I, mine, for my. This world is their expansion takes long time. That's why they have to meditate, pray, and for thousands of years in olden times. You can imagine. They will go whole life they'll spend in meditation and prayer, which can be achieved in few years with all being one with all, working for God and for others. The time and distance, because the tamas rajas aspect has to be destroyed. If we close our eyes and sit, these will not go. We have to enter into activity, fight out as we try to control our inner feelings, and we try to bring within inner harmony and external harmony as we try to, because we have to live. Slowly we learn how to harmonize our life, how to be in with others and sacrifice. The beginning of sacrifice is the beginning of spiritual life. I'm sacrificing for myself, it is not a sacrifice. When you sacrifice for others, sacrifice for God. There was one ashrama where nobody used to come. Once in a week, 1 or 2 devotees will come and go. This is what we commonly see in our Kerala centers. So, the whole thing, whole routine, keeping the ashrama intact, wiping and cleaning all the aspects. Nobody comes, nobody goes, but every day he used to do. And all this, anybody says, what for? Why are you striving like this? All the chairs and everything, he goes on cleaning. And shrine, worship, little cooking, offering, vessels washing, watering the plants. For a week, 2 or 3 people will come and go. For their sake, is it necessary to do all this? When they come, little work can be got done through them and spend. But he was spiritually so fast blooming because everything he was looked upon as belonging to the Lord. I have known, God has given me this ashrama and temple to look after the Lord's property is my concern, my bounden duty. Everything used to clean and keep, used to feel, go and see the face of Sri Ramakrishna in the shrine. Oh, how happy he might be to see his properties taken care. In United States also, so many centers are there which are visited only once or twice in a year. But they keep it clean and tidy because it belongs to the Lord. How the attitude changes makes the every action into worship. How the soul evolves. Something or the other will be doing. If we don't do this, we'll be wasting the time in some other way. We are unable to sit calmly for hours together. Think only of God. We have not come to that stage yet because tamas, rajas, rajasic mind is running about. Tamas is engrossing and taking the person to sleep. What can a person meditate when he is in the clutches of nature and the gunas of nature? So most of the sadhakas, they do their duties like one saint is cobbler. Every day he used to prepare 1 pair of shoes and sell them. That is his sadhana, that is his worship unto God. Someone was a watchman in a field. He will look after the field. because it belongs to his master who is looking after him. And that is his worship unto God. So everything, how we, attitude, now here the saint's attitude, sage's attitude, this is called nyasa. Just like karanyasa, anganyasa, we do the rishyadi nyasa also to get the same attitude, same way of thinking, same way of dealing, same bhavanas, and same result we try to get. When a man has true knowledge, he feels that God, everything is filled with consciousness. At Kamarpukur, I used to talk to Shambhu, Shivram, a nephew of Master Shambhu, who was then a lad of 4 or 5 years old, small child. When the clouds rumble, lightning flashed, Shibu he would say to me, "There, uncle, there are striking matches again." All laugh. Matchstick. Matches they are striking. One day I noticed him chasing grasshopper by himself. The leaves rustled in the nearby trees. "Hush, hush," he said to the leaves. Leaves are rumbling. So butterfly is coming. He is hushing he wants to catch the butterfly. He is hushing the leaves. How the life they see you see. I want to catch the grasshoppers. He was a child and saw everything throbbing with consciousness. As if they are all conscious, they can hear and understand. They are seeing that. You can see children making the doll sleep, cover at night, wake it up in the morning, change the dress, feed it, and all. They are living dolls for them. One cannot realize God without the faith that knows no guile, the simple faith of a child. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.